True believers and scrapping successors, this is internet personality Vangelus digging into my childhood collection to delve into the Autobot double Targetmaster that actually did memorable things in the 21st century, Scoop, as well as his aforementioned Targetmaster pals, Holepunch and Tracer. Holepunch is the blue one, and Tracer is the yellow one. I wish I had an easy heuristic for remembering which is which. The Holepunch contains the letter U, which is also in blue.
This video was sponsored in part by ToyHacks.com. Use the code Vangelus through the month of December 2025 for 15% off your order of labels and other paraphernalia. Using the code supports the channel. Supporting the channel feeds the machine.
Scoop turns into a bright orange payloader, maintaining the Autobot Double Targetmaster triptych theme of friendly construction vehicles. According to the TF Wiki, this mode loosely resembles a Volvo BM1240, so I guess he's also packing some scrap, some off-brand tinged shred of the Volvic power that would birth a collaborative prime decades later. Regardless of the trademarked and/or trademark-evading specifics, Scoop makes for a solid and compact handful of citrus chunk on big, thick wheels. In fact, his yellow and black complementary colors unite into such a bold visual blob, the 80s tech greeble sticker details on the sides of the vehicle mode almost feel too intrusive for whatever retro-chic value that they may provide. They also distract from the austerity of the silver rim linings on the aforementioned big and thick wheels, which can roll with little impunity, partly thanks to their heavy texture. Another unimpeded feature is the articulation on the front Scoop, which makes use of 3 pivot points to feasibly lift, receive, dump, and drop a variety of debris and detritus. Much like Quake's devious duo, Holepunch and Tracer are a static pair of rather surprisingly detailed little dudes, each bearing a conspicuous peg jutting from between their knees. Pointedly sub-pelvis, sorry, you can't dick joke that nub without trying way too hard, maybe try growing up instead. I still dig the little details packed into these tiniest of G1 Targetmasters, like Holepunch's little ski goggles sculpted onto his forehead, or Tracer's minorly voluminous frog-mouthed helmet. And of course, you can transform each of them into a gun with the flip of a single hinged piece, Holepunch forming a dual compression cannon, while Tracer converts into the iconic shape of a twin-guided laser ion blaster, which is to say that they are very similar double-barreled handguns. Scoop has 5 hardpoints upon which to mount these bazooka boys, with basic paired ports on the rear and along the sides. The 5th port is right up front, creating a cool situation where it makes the central cockpit look like a main firing site, even accommodating the combined cannon mode available to all double Targetmasters. There aren't any great surprises or historic advances in transforming Scoop between modes. It's a very basic process that I mostly recall as giving me enormous finger pains in my childhood due to the thin fists and pronounced edges. But it does have a standout head reveal moment, and the way that Scoop's lowercase s Scoop folds over and around his clavicles to cup his back is timeless satisfaction. If there's one thing that I think when I look at Generation 1 Scoop from the Transformers, it's that his color layout makes him appear as though he is specifically nude in the pelvis, flaunting whatever package may be present while wearing an enormously baggy shirt and a massive pair of boots. You all see it too, surely. Think of the lowercase s Scoop on the back as a mane of unkempt hair. If there's a second thing that I think when I look at Generation 1 Scoop from the Transformers, it's that he isn't just a barrel-chested boy. He's got a shipping crate of a torso, a large orange and angular glob atop a thinly thighed monoleg. The proportions are actually pretty dang cool if you imagine a bit more articulation and life in there, pairing quite well with Scoop's goggle-eyed and massively foreheaded, brave adjacent head sculpt. Imagination notwithstanding, articulation does exist in this G1 Transformers toy, so let's check out some limited jointery. Scoop's head's base plate can kinda wiggle a single-digit number of degrees, but this feels like I'm breaking a 1980s vintage toy, so maybe leave neck swiveling alone. The shoulders are totally ratcheted and totally swingable, though you will need to nudge the bucket mush out of the way to make room for Scoop's big shoulder wheels. Each click carries the arm around 30 degrees for the mathematics inclined. The shoulders are the main event, but as a shared footnote, you can use transformation joints to bend the knee of the mono leg, or to move Scoop at the mid-torso, backwards exclusively. Nothing here will blow you away, but at least he can point a gun forward. And that possibility becomes reality when you attach either of Scoop's partners to his outer forearm peg holes in their gun modes. His fists are indeed useless little yellow nubs, but those forearm ports are more than capable of fulfilling needed function. The central port now aligns with Scoop's face, and when you put a gun in there, it kinda works. The combined double Targetmaster shape actually accommodates his head mass, and as a cool bonus, you can even flip his alt-mode cockpit back down, like a super sniper aiming array. Such activity is absolutely not present in any of Scoop's fiction, so I look forward to seeing your fan art. His almost inexplicable impact in the back end of IDW's first continuity gives the original Scoop toy an extra allure that does not exist for either of his Autobot Double Targetmaster teammates, but the actual toy hits more or less on par for the era. A simple, characterful, smaller Transformers piece from 1988 that seems to be holding up pretty well for a 37-year-old action figure. Obviously, his 2014 Generations update will hit much harder for most tactile collectors, but surely you did not click this review to actively compare the quality between a pair of Transformers that have over 2 decades between one another. Unrelated, but did you realize it's been over a decade since 2014? Anyway, this has been Internet Personality Vangelus, and I wanted to send a special holiday thanks to all my patrons, channel members, and coffee supporters who help keep my funny little train puffing along through yet another year-end chill.